Aquarius horoscope. First half of September 2025, a time of hidden blessings, sudden shifts, and heavy responsibilities. Hello, Aquarius. Whether you follow thaiastrology born between February 13th and March 14th, or Western astrology born between January 20th to February 18th, the first half of September 2025 is shaping up to be one of those periods that feels both mysterious and demanding at the same time. This is not a season where everything comes easily, but it is a season where the rewards are hidden inside unexpected challenges. When we look at your chart for this period, we see a fascinating mix of planetary energies. Venus, Mercury, Mars, Kate, Saturn, and Rahu are all shifting positions in ways that directly affect your daily life, responsibilities, and opportunities. Some influences may feel heavy, but they're not without their silver linings. In fact, much of your good fortune in September is disguised as work, obligations, or strange circumstances. Let's go step by step and open the sky map for Aquarius in early September. Venus in the 6th house, the heiress, the enemy house. The strange fortune, Venus, the planet of charm, beauty, wealth, and attraction, continues to sit in your 6th house, the Ari Bhava. In thaiastrology, this is usually a house of obstacles, illness, and conflicts. But when Venus sits here, it does something quite unusual. It turns your burdens into blessings. This position is often called Raja Yoga for you. Why? Because Venus brings fortune even in situations that don't look like fortune at first. Unexpected assignments, for example, you may suddenly be handed a work task that doesn't seem to suit you. Maybe your boss asks you to handle property paperwork, or an elder relative requests your help managing household repairs. At first, it looks like extra burden, but later, you discover it leads to money, connections, or new skills. House, land, or family duties. This can also relate to caring for family assets. You might have to oversee a family house, arrange for a repair, or negotiate something related to property. These matters may look stressful, but they strengthen your role in the family and can even bring long-term financial benefit. Charm and hidden spaces. Venus also gives you charm in behind-the-scenes environments. For instance, you might become the quiet problem solver at work, the one people come to for advice. You may not be in the spotlight, but your reputation grows quietly. Illustrative example. Imagine being asked to organize a family gathering at short notice. You spend time arranging the logistics, paying for things, and making sure everything runs smoothly. It feels like a burden at first, but during that gathering, you reconnect with a cousin who offers you a business opportunity. That's the kind of hidden fortune Venus is signaling for Aquarius now. So the lesson here is, don't reject the tasks that come disguised as problems. They're actually blessings in costume. Mercury, Maha, Ucha, and Girathibati. The shift on September 11th, the next major player is Mercury. At the beginning of September, Mercury is strong in your chart. It holds Maha, Ucha, the exaltation, and Girathibati in its own sign, meaning it's full of intelligence, logic, and communication skills. But on September 11th, Mercury moves into your 8th house, the Mrichi Bhava, the house of sudden change, hidden matters, and transformation. This shift is like opening a hidden door in your life. How does this affect Aquarius? Responsibilities toward younger people. You may find yourself caring for younger relatives, children, or subordinates. For instance, your younger sibling may need financial support, or your team at work might require extra training. Unexpected expenses. The 8th house often triggers expenses. You might need to pay for medical bills, tuition fees, or even sudden repairs for gadgets and communication tools, since Mercury rules devices and travel, foreign connections, and long-distance communication. Mercury's influence here can bring in overseas links. Maybe you're asked to handle an international project, respond to a client abroad, or suddenly travel. But again, paperwork and documentation need special care. Double-check passports, contracts, and online accounts. New projects and hidden research. The 8th house also rules deep research and transformation. You may start a project that feels intense, like writing a thesis, investigating a new market, or learning an advanced skill. Illustrative example. Imagine you're working peacefully, and suddenly your company asks you to manage a branch in another country. You didn't expect it, and it comes with expenses and stress. But in the long run, it expands your world and brings you new authority. So when Mercury shifts, remember, sudden change is not disaster, it's transformation. Mars in the 9th house. September 12th onwards on September 12th, Mars moves into your 9th house. This house represents higher learning, long journeys, and spiritual purpose. Mars is fiery, active, and sometimes aggressive. When it enters your 9th house, it stirs up energy for growth, but it also brings some solitude. Career advancement. You'll feel a slow but steady push forward in your career. Opportunities may come from learning something new, taking a course, or traveling. Distance from social life. However, Mars in the 9th can also reduce your social activity. You might spend less time with friends, focusing instead on your path, studies, or duties. Faith and belief. You may also feel more connected to philosophy, religion, or life purpose. Some Aquarians will find themselves questioning what they truly believe in. Example: a friend invites you to join a party, but you decline because you're working on a professional certification exam. You miss the fun, but you invest in your future. That's Mars guiding you right now. For Kate in the 4th house, September 13th on September 13th, Kate enters your 4th house Bun above the house of home, property, and family. Kate is a mystical shadow planet. Wherever it goes, it brings detachment and sudden issues that must be addressed. Household matters. You may suddenly face urgent house issues, like a leaking roof, a broken appliance, or a need to renovate. Family responsibilities. Relatives, especially parents or siblings, may require your attention. Spiritual growth through family. On a deeper level, Kate teaches you detachment. You may realize you don't need to hold on too tightly to property or possessions. Example: perhaps your washing machine breaks down, forcing you to deal with repairs. While inconvenient, it teaches you patience and brings family members together to help solve the problem. Saturn retrograde conjunct Rahu. Heavy but rewarding. Finally, let's talk about the weightiest influence. Saturn retrograde conjunct Rahu over your ascendant. This is a rare and heavy alignment. It feels like carrying a backpack full of rocks uphill. Yet, it also shapes you into a leader. Heavy responsibilities. You may be asked to manage a major project involving a large sum of money. Or you might inherit responsibility for a family or company issue that is complicated and unclear. Facing shadows. Rahu represents illusions and hidden matters. Together with Saturn, it means you must face confusion, unclear finances, or secretive situations. Leadership growth. The burden feels heavy, but it gives you authority. Others will look to you as the one who can handle the storm. Example: suppose your company suddenly faces an audit. Everyone is nervous, but you're asked to take charge. It's stressful, but by managing it successfully, you prove yourself as a strong leader. This period will test your patience, but Saturn always rewards persistence. Practical advice for Aquarius in early September 1st. Accept strange assignments. What looks like a burden is actually your fortune. 2. Double-check documents and devices. Mercury's shift warns against careless mistakes. 3. Invest in learning. Mars in the 9th supports education, travel, and growth. 4. Take care of your home. Kate's influence means repairs or urgent household matters may arise. 5. Be patient with big burdens. Saturn plus Rahu is tough, but it shapes your destiny. Closing thoughts: the first half of September 2025 for Aquarius is like walking through a puzzle. Each challenge hides a reward, each burden carries a gift. Venus brings fortune through responsibility. Mercury brings transformation through sudden change. Mars urges you toward growth. Kate tests your detachment. And Saturn with Rahu teaches you resilience and leadership. If you lean into these energies with patience and openness, you'll find that by mid-September, you are stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next phase of your journey. So, Aquarius, embrace the hidden blessings. The universe is shaping you for something greater, Even if it arrives wrapped in heavy packaging,